In the last episode, we took on the challenge of finally cleaning up a very sizable chest monster. It went perfectly, everything looks great, and we now have a really cool storage room downstairs to organize all our stuffs. And in this episode, we'll be tackling the largest project of this base so far. You see, when I originally built this island, it was just floating. I just wanted to get the shape of the island down, and I would connect it to the ocean floor later on. As you can see, there is still quite a bit of stone block placing that we need to do, and that's what we're going to be doing today. Very lucky for us, we've already gotten most of the stone placing done over on stream. It is super good stream content. Since it's so repetitive, we can just sort of chill out and have conversations, but I wanted to make sure we recorded the last few blocks being placed. This has been such a massive part of the process. It's almost 40 hours of stone placing so far. It's really crazy. And before we get too far into that, I'd like to show you guys what we've been up to on stream besides the stone placing. We have been working on the arena district. So far, we've got the arena done. We've got some seating up here, and then down here we've got the courtyard or the battlefield where people would fight it out. And around the arena, we just have a circle of trees. I think there's a little bit of terraforming we could do, putting a few more plants down and just beautifying the area a little bit. But I think I want to get most of the other districts done and then do all the beautifying all in one sweep. But ignoring the shulker monster behind me, let me know what you think of the arena district so far. I want to hear some feedback. And back onto the matter at hand. We do need a lot of stone, and unfortunately I have no stone, so we're gonna have to do a super cool mining montage. I really enjoy making those montages for you guys. I hope you do too. And in the process, we've got some great news. I had about 4 shulkers of stone already mined up that I didn't know I had. So that means less time mining and more time being able to place these blocks and get ahead. So I'm hoping we have enough stone now. We've got a little over 5 shulkers total, and we don't have that much more to go. So hopefully that'll be enough to do that. And there's only one thing left to do. And before we get into the time lapse and do everything super quickly, I wanted to show you guys my process for how I've been terraforming this. I think you guys will see there's really not a lot to it. It's just a chill time waster. It's actually quite fun once you get into the rhythm. But as you can see up top, the island is already outlined. There's a shape to it. So then all I have to do is envision the slope down to the ocean floor and start creating an outline. And once I extend the outline about 10 to 20 blocks, I can go ahead and connect the two just by a single row of blocks. Now, I'm sure there's a million ways to do this, but doing it this way section by section really helped me out because I don't have to envision the entire terraforming project. I just have to take it one section by one section. And if I complete a little bit and it looks a little weird, then I can go back and try and connect things up a little bit better. But the main thing in a big project like this is just start placing blocks down, and most of the time they're going to look good. I hope all that made sense, but if you have any questions, please do leave them down in the comments. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get this project done. And at last, after placing all this stone as quickly as we can, we are finally done connecting this island to the ocean floor. I'm so happy. But that's not even the best part. That's not the best part at all. If you'll rewind back to the time lapse, there's a very specific reason why I chose the music track that's with it. It's because the kelp dances along to the music. It's hilarious. Just as a side note, I was looking for a resource pack to make the kelp invisible, but after I realized that it was dancing to the music, I decided to leave it in. It's amazing. Weird little sidetracks to the side though, we're not quite done with this yet. We've still got an odd stone border around the grass here, and we still need to hide some sea lanterns if we can. But I would like to blend the grass in with the stone a little bit more. And I'm hoping to do this with moss. I think it's the perfect block to blend in with the grass, but also look really natural next to the stone. Lucky for us, we've got a few empty shulkers here, and we've got somebody on the server with something called the plant basement. Let's go check it out. Just look at that beautiful home. The plant basement is under this. And there it is, the moss machine. I don't know if that's what she calls it, but this thing is jam-packed full of moss. And she is begging people to come and grab some, so we're going to help her out a little bit. All right, many boxes of moss were acquired, and she doesn't like me to leave payment. She's told me this a couple times, but I always like to hide these in these pots around here. She might accidentally punch one of them one day and find out, so that's fun. Moving on to moss placing, though, this was my first tactic. Mine up some stone, replace it with some moss, add some more moss around it, maybe dig up a little grass and blend it in just a bit better. And this looked great, but then I had a thought, there's got to be a much better way to do this. I did a little bit of brainstorming, and then I remembered something very useful, a little thing called bone meal. I don't think I can properly express to you guys how happy I am to see this progress done. We've hidden most of the sea lanterns, and not to mention, the grass is being carried over the stone so perfectly by moss. We might need to punch a few of these azaleas out. There's quite a few of them, but overall, it just looks perfect. I've poured so many hours into this base over the past year and a half, and one of those things I really wanted to get to, but I procrastinated so much, is hiding these sea lanterns, connecting the space to the sea floor, and finally doing something with the grass overhanging the stone. And today was that day. We have finally gotten it done. I am so happy. But of course, the work doesn't end there. We've got quite a bit of building to do inside the city. Not to mention, I have been working on this district here. I've been told the word is the Arboretum. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not very good at saying that word, but I believe it's a place to look at trees and such. It's like a public park for the city. So we've been building this little, what I call a pavilion area, and we've got some custom trees to do around it. And as far as the other districts, we've got 1, 2, 3 districts that are still completely empty. But we are building fast these days. I think I can complete this base enough to make it filled out at least. So we are hot on the trail, in my opinion, and I'm loving the way this place is looking. But unfortunately, that is all the time I have left for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the time lapses. I hope you enjoyed the video as a whole. If you did, if you didn't, I would love to hear from you guys. So leave me a comment down in the comments. Let me know how I did. And other than that, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you for episode 29. It's going to be a very special one of Paper Hats Season 4. Thanks so much.